Well, folks, this is what we get for not having a common test for 2.0. 2 patches worth of hidden vehicles into 1 patch. It's like being constipated for like 2 or 3 days, and then it comes out in like a gush, like a flood. And it's not even everything too. We're missing the Taurus CAT, the Hull Ops filler tanks, so practically a dump for low tiers. And the Kari too. It's a turreted, pseudo-turreted, double barrel Japanese tank destroyer that came out like 2 days ago on the super test. So it's not even everything, but the Russian server also gets updated with their common test and a bunch of vehicles too. So we'll do all the duplicates in this video on the Russian server as well, and then we'll cover all the high tiers, but there is a lot. So let's get started. Black Prince 2. It's a chopper stock turret on the Black Prince. Twin barrel 77. It's not a premium. It's likely this year's well-deserved reward. It's a tier 7, but DPM sucks. It's slow. Armor is okay, but not great. So yeah, screams free to everybody, or those who have been playing the game for a long time, but okay. Chopper turret. Not even the 20-pounder that comes in stock on the chopper too. So not a premium. This year's gift. Very likely this year's gift. But 77 doesn't have the salvo mode. It is the prep and lock time, similar to the Russians. So prep the shot and lock the gun barrel afterwards, but it's very quick to prep and very quick to lock, even though DPM sucks. DPM is not great. For a tier 7 with a rapid firing gun, that's not great, right? Not really. Crew of 6 fits all the high tier vehicles, especially the Conqueror. Conqueror only has 1 loader and doesn't have the radio operator, so the double barrels on the can opener has 2 loader, not the radio operator. So you need to find the radio operator from like the regular Black Prince or Churchills, but let's see how good the armor is. 1500 health, not bad for a tier 7. That's about the same as a tier 8, but how strong is a chopper turret? 225, 160. Yeah, like I said, it's not always 200mm. It's only 200 around the middle of the gun barrels. 225, but anywhere else it's like 200 to 195 to 160 in some parts, 75 in some parts. So not as strong as the actual Black Prince mantlet, which is about 250 or something. For a tier 7, that's pretty good. So at least the cupola is not a thing, so that's good. Hull front, same as a Black Prince. Sponsons for the tracks. D-track well damaging the vehicle as well. Side armor is 95. Could side scrape, but be careful of the drive wheels. And some parts of the engine is only 25. So it screams free, right? It's slow. Yeah, only 12 horsepower per ton ratio and 30 kilometers per hour top speed. Camo is not half bad for a heavy, but it's slow. View range, radio is crap. View range is mediocre, so yeah, it's this year's free vehicle. And speaking of which, let's just cover Lesta's version of well-deserved reward for this year. So they're getting the Jackson Sherman, the Slugger Sherman, M36 turret on a Sherman chassis, VVSS2. So basically a tier 6 tank destroyer. Is it premium? It's premium too. That's nice. It's a premium tank destroyer, but you're getting this for well-deserved reward on Russian server. So it's basically a Jackson turret, right? On a Sherman. DPM suck. Oh my god. Why the DPM so garbage? I mean, accuracy aim time is not bad, but that's a terrible DPM for a Hellcat or Hellcat derivative, right? Similarly. Also, comparing to the Jackson, this DPM sucks. Jesus. Oh, I mean, the mantlet is big, I guess. Holy crap, that is not good. That is not great. 75. It's a Sherman chassis. Well, this also screams free. I mean, if this thing has 2000 DPM, not bad, right? But no, it's terrible. 16.7 horsepower per... not the fastest. Not really. Camo is also not the greatest. Compared to a Hellcat, compared to a Jackson. It's about the same as a Jackson. Jackson's a little bit better, slightly. And view range is mediocre. This also screams free. Why the hell is the DPM so terrible? On this 90mm, takes 11 seconds to reload. Oh god, that sucks. So yeah, well-deserved reward are not great. So at least we're getting a tier 7 compared to a tier 6, but there's a premium for their Jackson Sherman. We are not premium, so oh well. Alright, moving on. Oh god. The Stridsyxa, actually a new vehicle. It's like a Picasso Kranvagn mixed with a STB of sorts. Originally I thought this armor was pretty good, but actually the armor is mostly based on sloping, so you have to see it, but it's like a Jackson Pollock or art style of a weird lopsided pike hull front, right? A Picasso, a rounded turret front. The gun is also canted to one side. It's not in the center as well, so yeah, not directly in the center for the gun as well as the driver hatch. Yeah, both are askew to the sides. Cupola is in the middle directly, and it's a assault medium tank practically, but they classified it as versatile. It's a premium. Doesn't have the pseudo siege mode that's on the UDES. So 4-man crew finds the loader from STRV-74 or so. Regular 107. Yeah, one loader that's not present on high tier vehicles for the Swedes. But DPM is okay, similar to a Lansen about. Also a little bit better alpha than the Lansen, but yeah. Less, a little bit better pin, about the same pin too. And accuracy aim time seems about the same ballpark. And 1400 health, which is not bad for a versatile medium, but armoring pike hull front is more or less workable but not great, right? Against like lower tier guns maybe. Turret front, yeah, gold shell will go through, so it's sloped but it's not as crazy as the STB. Also cupola on top, shoot the cupola 85. So you could theoretically shot trap from the bottom of the cheeks into the hull roof. Hull roof is only 20. You can easily overmatch by face hugging and shooting into the hull roof. Yeah, armoring is not the craziest. You could get a few troll shots by hull down, right? But 40 for the hull sides. Don't side scrape. Just point the front towards the enemy. Yeah, you could throw a few shots if you go hull down, but maybe you can shot trap from the bottom of the mantlet into the hull roof. Alright, so don't really depend on the armor, right? It's still better armor than the Lansen, but that's not saying much. 16.7 horsepower per ton ratio, 50 kilometers per hour top speed, not bad. Weighs about 30-ish tons. Camo, not bad for a medium. And view range, about average. Radio, below average. So all the stats are updated on tanks.gg, but it's going to take a long time if we go through everything. So take a look yourself on tanks.gg. We'll skip for now, but for now, it's not a bad vehicle, right? Not as crazy as originally I thought it because of the armor and the mobility, right? I think originally it had like 20 horsepower per ton ratio or something. They could nerf it in the meantime. Alright. It's a Yoh tank with a 120. different muzzle brake, but you already had this vehicle in the tech tree. They did buff the Yoh earlier this year, but I think in comparison to stuff like the M103M or T32M or the Charioteer, this is likely January marathon. So we're supposed to getting a special vehicle marathon usually for November, but yeah, this is likely January marathon based on previous pattern, similar to the Rambo, similar to the Terminator, or the Snatch, Charioteer, Nomad, but it's a 120 on a Yoh tank. Give us the M-7-Yoh, right? Alright, it's a premium. The special spare track mechanic for Yoh tanks. 120mm gun. Has more alpha than the regular 120, but less DPM, even more so. 4-man crew. And gun's okay, but you're comparing this to the T-54 heavy and the recent TS6 from Duke Nukem. It seems like a lot of American tanks are used for marathons. A lot. But yeah, 440 alpha is okay, I guess, compared to like 450 or 460 on the T-54 and TS6. But it's the Yoh tank's armor. They buffed it supposedly from the earlier patches. At least the cupola for like 200mm. Yep, at least the cupola is 200 now. You can still jam a shell through the upper plate and the bottom plate, but yeah, shoot the cupola on this thing. It's always been a medium tank of sorts. I hate playing this thing normally. I just play with the 105 as a regular medium tank. Side armor is only 88, but it is V-shaped slightly between the tracks. Yeah, auto bounce between the tracks, but only 88 for the actual side armor. So it is a Yoh tank through and through. 15 horsepower per ton ratio, 40 kilometers per hour top speed, fat medium tank, heavy tank camo, average view range. Yeah, you play this thing like a medium. So we'll see this thing January, end of holiday ops. So late January, around the 20th or so. But Yoh tank is Yoh tank. A stock Conqueror, also likely for marathon, I presume. It's a little bit different. Maybe this is for the Halloween event. That could be, right? It has a 55-pounder, similar to the turtle gun, except it's a stock Conqueror at tier 9. So what's funny is they have the wallpaper or the thumbnail for Mir 13 Halloween event. It's a little bit different than the PvE mode. They revamped it a little bit, but they blacked out the actual, or silhouetted the actual vehicle reward from the Halloween event. But this vehicle is a stock Conqueror, practically. So go to your garage. This is the common test. I can talk about it whenever I want, but go to the garage, go to the forbidden zone, then cut out the vehicle, right? Yeah, the reward path. It is the Mirny vehicles, right? There's PvE mode with difficulty, nightmare difficulty, but reward path, unique rewards. The final vehicle is silhouetted. They cut it out. What the hell could this thing be, right? Premium tank Obsidian. That's not the Obsidian. What can the silhouette be? They're using the Obsidian as a placeholder for now, but that's not the Obsidian, right? Yeah, that's not even close. So they're giving you a special new vehicle after you finish the whole track, but could this be, well, based on the muzzle brake, I have no idea. Could this be the the stock Conqueror, the FV214t? Maybe, right? A little bit, I can see that, but let's see the actual stats. It's a 55-pounder main gun. 370 alpha is okay compared to the 120, but DPM is not crazy, right? You can mount the 32-pounder on the Conqueror, And that thing has like 2,800 DPM for the Conqueror. You can use that for some of the personal missions, set number 3. But DPM, even though for a 32 or for a 55 pounder, is not crazy, right? You might as well use the 120 if you could, but this thing is a premium. It's a stock Conqueror practically. So the pictures did not come out for this vehicle from the super test. Did not do a video about this thing, but also did not do a video about the Stug 3 F or something for Girls on Panzer, but that will come out soon. 1900 health should be the Conqueror armor. Conqueror armor is good, but cupola is not as strong as the Super Conqueror. It's more flat. Just don't shoot the top. It's very troll on the top. The Super Conqueror has a rounded dome shape of a cupola, but you can jam a shell through the mantlet on the Conquerors if you're lucky enough. Like right next to the side of the mantlet. Upper plate, about the same from what I remember. So yeah, strong enough of a hull down vehicle, but the firepower is just a little bit lacking. In my opinion, the firepower is a little bit lacking. It does have 17 horsepower per ton ratio. It's more mobile than the regular Conqueror. The trade-off is the gun power, the firepower of this thing. 17 is actually faster than like the 13 or 14 on the regular Conquerors. Put a turbocharger on this thing. 400 meters of view range, slightly below average radio. That's still fine. That's surprising how mobile this thing is. If this thing has a 32 pounder, I feel it's a very good alternative to the Kranvagn Action X, just at tier 9, right? So we'll cover all the later high tier vehicles. The Yongbing, the SPHT. The video is already getting kind of long. I have to chop this up for auto dubbing, but Dragon Soul DZT 159. It's a copy of the DZT. So for now, there's no skin. I took a look. There's no skin for now. So it's a DZT with a black skin from Holiday Ops. But the stats are basically the same. So oh crap. Let's see. Dragon Soul DZT 159 compared to the regular 159, it's the same thing. No difference in stats, same amount of booster charges for the rockets, gun depression, dispersion factor, accuracy. So pretty decent medium tank with vertical stabilizer, but for now the stats are the same. So I took a look. I really did. So go to your scripts folder. This is the new DZT right here. Open this up. And there's no skin. There's no skin. Regular DZT is also the same. There's no skin. So this line denotes new skin, starting with the body, the hull. You can see the difference on stuff like the BZ75. There's a skin, and therefore there's more lines in the code. That's a special skin for the Battle Pass season number 11. That's a skin for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle thing. Yay! So you can see the difference in skin, but for now, Dragon Soul DZT159 doesn't have a skin. It's there, but it's a copy. So let's move on. We have all the copies on our version, and we'll cover the later vehicles. There's a few duplicates from the Russian server, like the ATAC-2, which is the LTC-2, the Collector, which is the crossbow. These are basically duplicates. The Yongbing is actually a duplicate somewhat of the 617Q. We already covered all the vehicles on the channel from the previous patch. So we already covered the BZT-70, the E90. Previously we covered the 617Q, the Taran, the Object 718B. We already covered all the vehicles. So go back in August. And this one was back in somewhere like July. So we already covered all the new vehicles previously. Go back and revisit if you want to refresh. But let's cover all the duplicates on the Russian server. This will be like a hybrid of sorts. They have a duplicate of the M7 at tier 5 called Wayfarer. It's a premium, similar to our Chaffee, right? Free camera does not work. Oh crap. I have to do this manually, but lava on the freaking vehicle. Okay. It's a M7. Originally a medium tank, now a light tank, right? Yep, it's a light tank. It's supposed to be a medium. 6-pounder gun! Actually the better gun for the M7 compared to the 76. It could mount the 76 without DPM, from what I remember. No armor whatsoever, 25 horsepower per ton ratio. It is a scout, so keeps the camo while moving. It's been a while since I saw this vehicle. It's now a collector's vehicle, I believe, or legacy vehicle. They call it collector. No armor, yeah, no armor whatsoever. It's all green. So view range is kind of meh, but it's a light tank, so keeps the camo. Camo is not great for a light, right? That's a medium tank camo. It's an M7 with lava coming out of it. 2D JPEG lava coming out of it. Alright, moving on. The Doppel. Now, this is not exactly a copy. It's actually a Zwilling E65 on a E75 chassis from the looks of it. It is the double barrel 88 L71, except not on the same body as with our version. That vehicle is collecting dust currently, but similar to the Chrysler MTC 2TC, but that is the Zwilling turret with the double L71. So go to our version, we have the Zwilling collecting dust, the German heavy tank. There it is, E65 Zwilling. Yeah, different body, same gun, same turret, but just different body. Which one's better, E75 body or this body? 160 for the whole front compared to like 150, but better slope. 160 also. Alright. DPM is still pretty good, similar to the Zwilling, but the charge time and lock time is a little bit different. Let's see the actual armor. Yeah, E75 armor is stronger. It's a better slope upper plate. 130 for the bottom plate. Not as strong of a mantlet compared to our version. Our version has like 270 turret front. Yeah, 270 turret front. Our sloping on the upper plate is not strong, but turret front is stronger. Alright, give or take. Yeah, the DPM is about the same, but our gun handling is better. Better accuracy, better aim time, a lot better aim time. Better gun depression too. 9 degrees compared to 6. That's a godsend. Yeah, better gun depression is more important. Also, our prep time is 1.5 compared to 2 seconds. They buffed it. They buffed the lock time from like 6 seconds to like 3. That's good. But yeah, our prep time is faster. Our lock time is a little bit longer. Trade-offs, but practically the same gun except difference in mantlet armor. Slightly. Alright. Mobility-wise, not as strong mobility. So trade-off for the actual armoring is mobility. 13.3 horsepower per ton ratio. 40 kilometers per hour top speed. Yeah, not compared to 15 on our version and 38. Weighs about the same, 70-ish tons or so. A little bit better view range and radio range. Better camo, surprisingly. Alright, but small details. Both are premiums, So that's their E65, except it's a hybrid with the E75 chassis, more or less. Alright, that's fun. The Doppel. They did not call it E65. This is straight up a copy of a Boresque. This is straight up copy. There's no difference. Alright, so it's a Boresque with a bird. Okay? Like with the black market thing, except 𝗣𝘁 Plus? I have no idea who the hell that thing is, but alright, special skin. Like the crow from black market, except purple. It's a Boar-esque, right? Similar to the teddy bear version, the male, but alright. Okay, just a copy of a copy of a copy. Let's talk about this copy. It's a T22, T44 122. They put it at tier 8, but we have it at tier 7. It is the same model, so no need to cover this ancient vehicle, but they moved it with a name, with the lore now. There's also a T4485 as well, based on the original prototype cupola, or the driver hatch, for the actual T44. So there's a prototype with the 85mm. They have it in the game, collecting dust for like 10 years now. But they have it at the tier 8 now, I guess, with the thing, I guess. Okay. DPM kind of meh. It's a T44. So similar to a T34-2 or -3 if you want. But yeah, T44 turret. You can easily jam shell through the cheeks on the T44. Upper plate, 90-ish. So nothing really special here. It's a T44, 122. Alright, moving on. We'll cover these vehicles very quick. And their version of the recent SZDV VZ50 from the Waffentrager boxes. Little bit difference in the cupola design. There's a face. Little bit difference in the cupola design, and the gun is different. It doesn't have the gun cooling jacket thing, but that's the VZ50. Is it a D25T? It is D25T. Doesn't have the gun cooling. It's an autoloader. 2-round autoloader. 2 seconds switching. 22 seconds of reload. DPM sucks, by the way, in comparison, but well, what? Okay, we're taking a look at the actual SZDV. They added a bunch of special mode for this common test. Oh yeah, it's before the actual Waffentrager stuff. I don't have the vehicle yet. Check tank destroyers. SZDV VZ50. Yeah, it's practically the cupola, just a little bit different, right? Yeah, the cupola is different. It is practically the same vehicle. Sort of a TVP VTU-esque of a body, but mantlet is slightly different. They changed the position of the dushka slightly. Yep. Alright, but is it that long? Yep, it is that big of a bustle in the back. Yeah, slightly difference in the fuel drums locations. It's the same vehicle, just a little bit different in the accessories. Maybe this thing's even bigger in the back end. Let's see. Second road wheel. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger. The bustle in the back is bigger for the superstructure. Also, the wheels are different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also 8, but just difference in the overlapping road wheels. Yeah, it's their version. So slightly different, but autoloader. Autoloader, 2-round D25T 122. Not gun cooling, cause okay. Accuracy, aim time seems meh. Also DPM seems meh, but it is 2 rounds. Might as well put it with the ISU, right? ISU has a faster reload for about the same alpha, 750 for like 15 seconds reload, but it is premium, it is support. I've been using the current version as versatile. It's difference for personal mission. Support versus versatile is very different. Ambush versus Vanguard, if you've been playing the personal mission set, but no, about the same horsepower per turn ratio, about the same camo. Actually better camo, never mind. But view range is about the same, radio is slightly better. Horsepower per ton is about the same, 160 hull front compared to 160 hull front. Yeah, about the same armor, just doesn't have the IS2 cupola on top. Cupola doesn't count. That's nice. Yeah, 160 sloped. Yeah. Only good armor against like low tier vehicles. Yeah, our version is about the same, just the cupola is more prominent. Yeah, cupola's bigger. IS-2 cupola. Same arm, 165. A little bit better, but not the craziest. Bottom plate is stronger than the Russian server version. Only 80 compared to 110. You're not playing assault with this vehicle. Not like the Polish tank destroyers. No, not like the SDP, not the SDP. The Kalina, or the Grom. No, not the same. So you're camping in the back, sniping. But there we go, folks. Just part 1. So we'll come back and cover all the high tier vehicles. The Yongbing, which is also basically their 617Q, which we already covered. At tier 8 or tier 9? I don't remember. It's a little bit different. It's a heavy tank. Yeah, there it is. At tier 8, not at tier 9. So practically the same vehicle, mostly. But we'll cover all the new vehicles as well. But this is already taking too long. It's already 30 minutes. So this video will be long, covering all these new high tier vehicles. As well as stuff like I'll do a separate Lesta Studio version of only the oh, we didn't even cover this. I ended the video too early. Alright, let's finish it. Alright, don't want to forget this thing. It's a Object 168G, except it's not a sniper. Well, it is still sniper. It is still sniper compared to our Assault at tier 8 for our version. It's a 122 with a skin, but likely for Clan Wars based on the Clan War symbol. But it is a bigger gun, Object 168 compared to the 107 on our version. Stats wise, high DPM, 440 alpha, that's pretty good. Accuracy, aim time, not bad. Very quick traverse for the turret and haul. Good top speed, good horsepower per ton ratio, 210 turret front. Very solid from basically all the stats for now. Yeah, kind of troll of a turret front. Some parts are thick, but yeah, it's based on roundiness. So it's like a Object 140 practically, but well sloped 70 on the upper end of the hull armor frontally. Otherwise, it's crap. Yep, of course. It's not V-shape. It's not just straight. Unfortunate. 66. Don't side scrape. Yeah. The stats for the gun seems very good, right? Based on DPM, based on, let's see. Wow, 0.1 dispersion while moving. That is very good. That is very good for a medium tank, especially Russian with a high caliber gun. That is very good. They don't give you the turret dispersion. Yeah, only the tracks for moving and traversing. But that's still very good. So yeah, this is a very strong vehicle. Camo could be fine, whatever. Yeah, horsepower per ton ratio, mobility is strong, firepower is strong, armor is good enough for the turret. So very strong vehicle. This is a very strong Clan Wars vehicle, right? Very strong. They don't have the premium version at tier. I think they do, but do they have the premium version of the Object one? They might. Yeah, they do! With the 107. Just slight difference. Yeah, it doesn't have the skin, but Object 168G with the 107? With the 107. They have two versions of the vehicle. Alright. The top tier, tier 10 version has better DPM, of course. A lot better DPM and better gun punching power. Same horsepower per ton ratio, but better horsepower, better top speed. And better turret front. 160. Yeah, that seems normally for the vehicle. 160 compared to like 230 or 240. Yeah, that seems like the actual vehicle. So, yeah, tier 10 version of the 168G is very strong. Alright, there you go, folks. So, we'll cover all the new vehicles. 757, the T44-2. T44-100-2. So we'll cover all the new vehicles later on, but the video is already getting too long. So if you want the auto dubbing into other languages, I need to cut it right now. But for now, there's a lot of vehicles. And that's not even all, like I said, not including the recent Kari 2 or the filler tanks, the Cromwell applicate armor thing. We're missing the Comrades. Again, 75 is still not in the game. That vehicle is practically forgotten. Let's see, tier 6, British, medium tank, no Comrades, 75. It's a Comet with a 20 pounder, right? Not a Cromwell with a 20 pounder. It's a Comet with a 20 pounder. We're missing that. They still have stuff like this collecting dust. A T44M54, which is a T34 with a 54's turret prototype on top with an 85. 85. So we have a lot of vehicles collecting dust, and there's even more now. So a lot of tier 10s for assembly shop, even though the Suwilling, the 𝗣𝘁 has been added for Chinese loot box. Tier 10 German heavy, the 𝗤𝘁. This has been added for, so we could get, well, this patch will come out mid-October, October 14th from now. So I don't know if we're getting another assembly shop for this year, but if we are, there's 3 other tier 10s in the works, which is crazy. So we're not lacking. Technically 4. We're not lacking tier 10s for assembly shop, so save up your free XP, but I'll render the video. We'll cover all the vehicles next time. So as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Out there high debut, I cry